Need to add some bass in that
Get
shit.
a remix on this shit, right?
Yeah, Chef.
Yo, King, what's good, dog?
My boy. Dog, another one, man.
Yeah, got
in here.
Our guest, Travis.
My boy. Nice to meet you, dog.
Nice to meet you.
Travis. Yo, Chef, man. How was your last week, dog?
You want me to go first?
You want me to go first?
I don't know. You want me to go first?
Go, dog.
Right,
I want to hear what you got to say, man.
It's a lot, dog. It's a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now. But since we left, you know how last week was, right? I was on my down, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what do? We rebound real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I got on that kickboxing tip over at Ricky's spot, Savage Academy.
Yeah.
I'm on day 4 today. That shit is motivating the shit out of me. So
how do you feel? How do you feel, dog? How's your body
just
feel?
hard, dude. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at my body. It's more like line rather than, you know what I mean? I can see where I'm going
tighter.
and how, yeah. And things I'm eating, you know what I mean? I'm more careful, like all this sugar, like all the time. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's like gains. It's like I gain this much. Let me just knock it off little by little, right? With this sugar and everything else, right?
Okay.
So yeah, basically like I'm on the rebound. So like, Wednesday was like a normal day. I worked. Thursday I had that an entrepreneur convention. It's called the Moment.
What you got for us, man?
Y'all can see right here. It's called the Moment. It was an entrepreneur convention that I went to. It was not invited, but I was told by one of my followers. His name is Ruben. But Ruben Alvarez, and he's the coordinator, and basically what he does is like get entrepreneurs together and get the mind right, and everybody aligned in how it works being an entrepreneur. Some are in realty, some are in different types of jobs. Like Daniel Burke, he was one of the Daniel Burke Agüero. He was one of the speakers. He talked about he used to be in a certain business like insurance or something like that, and then he went above that and tried to help people get into entrepreneurship and become their own boss and stuff like that. Croft and Frost were one of the bigger sponsors of the event, of the conference, and basically they're more of like investors. They're like a group of investors that look for entrepreneurs, that and you go to them, you tell them about your business, and they're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do to help you. Oh, shit. And I don't know if they invest or if they ask for a certain part of the business, but they're like so like laser focused on helping you and figuring it out. It's not like touch like, what do you do? He's like, no, what do you do? And then let's see if we can help you. It's like, whoa, shit. You know what I mean? It's really intense. He's an intense guy, but it's really motivating. He talks about journalizing and having a ledger. So take responsibility for your goals and things that you want to do. Like if I'm like, you know what, we don't do this event. When we start putting it on paper, then we start holding ourselves responsible for all that stuff. You know what I mean? So this event was really fucking cool. I mean, I recommend anybody to go next year. It's called The Moment. I think next year it's going to be called The Moment again. Ruben Alvarez is going to coordinate it again and get more speakers. But basically, I left there just motivated and realizing like that my entrepreneur like boundaries are infinite. I can do anything. I really talked about Kobe to where he's like, you can do more. You can do more. Of course, you can do more. Business, physically, always. You know what I mean. With your kids, the time you spend with time is the most valuable thing. But and how do you spend it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I learned a lot of things, and I'm really headstrong.
That's the most valuable commodity, dog. Is time, because that's something that you can't get back and shit.
Can't buy it either.
Absolutely.
Can't buy time either. Yeah, fam.
Absolutely, man. So and then kids, I learned. Not that I learned, but I've been known this for a second. That kids, they don't gauge love in any money or any kind of facet other than time. You know what I mean? They don't have any way to get, you know, you can spend all you want on them and, you know, go send them gifts or whatever, send them, you know, Uber Eats or whatever. But as far as time, that's how they gauge it.
They're going to remember the moment, not
exactly.
Yeah,
for sure.
I feel that.
So that was Thursday day. And then at Thursday night, I went to a 8-course dinner over at Lola Rose. Yeah, that was something fucking amazing. 8 courses, man. Amazing. And then the first 4, they had wine paired for each one. So they'd bring out the wine, boom, they'd bring out the dish, and we'd eat it and taste it, and then, you know what I mean, like move on to each course. One of the best dinners I've ever had.
Shit.
Dude, seriously. And then it was I like Lola Rose for Chef Olivares, right? And then Chef Oscar. They're his sous chef are really talented guys that they don't mess around with, you know, too much fusion and making things too messy. They really have great flavor. But Chef Olivares' chef that G'd him was there that night. And so they collaborated between the 3 of them to get all that out. And at the end, you know, Chef came out, took a picture with me. We talked a little bit. They asked me to go to sit at their table, so we sat at the chef's table, kind of chilled with them, and it was a good night, man. It was really, really motivating, but also like when you hit like a culinary experience level as a chef, like it's just like you peak at something like that, and then you're like, what's next? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You start thinking about, am I gonna do that, or am I gonna go to something next? You know what I mean? Like that's how you
start seeing that next level.
Yeah,
too.
I'm like, okay, so am I gonna do a 10 course and then invite my friends to like Airbnb or something like that? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like that's how I think. You know what I mean? I'm not like trying to outdo him. I'm just saying the boundaries have been like open for me. I do 4-course dinners. I knock those out of the park every day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. 5-course, 6-course. I see how long it could take. Blah blah blah. But I'm just saying like. 8 courses this motherfucker pumped out, and I was like hour and a half. It wasn't like it was forever, you know what I'm saying? Like I enjoyed the night. It was great, dude. It was great. So shout out Lola Rose. Their 8-course was wonderful. I recommend you stopping by for any kind of event they have over there at Cimarron. Chef Olivares, thank you for everything that you did that night. It was wonderful as well as your whole staff. Thank you very much. They were very professional and everything flowed great. So that was Thursday night. Like I said, I'm trying to bounce back. So Friday I did my thing. Saturday I went to Casa Pantera. And then the reason I went is because I knew the DJ Sansan. Shout out her because she's badass in town and in Albuquerque. She's doing her thing as far as a DJ, and she's a hustler too. Might even have her on the show. But as far as that night, I went because there was a Kobe steak. Wagyu steak, A5 Wagyu steak that they offered, and I was like, dude, I gotta taste that. You know what I mean? They had a certificate and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
the Japanese cow.
Between seeing my friend Sansan and then going to get that Kobe or Wagyu and sitting down and enjoying a night, you know what I mean? I did my thing, you know what I mean? That was great. I helped the DJ take her equipment out, you know, I fucking walked the alley, you know, and I went to get my car.
Why you smiling, dog?
She wasn't there, dog. My car wasn't there, dog. My fucking car wasn't there. So I thought at first it was stolen.
They towed that shit?
They towed that shit, yeah. They towed that shit. Yeah, man. So I fucking, you know.
It always has to be at an amazing night after an amazing night,
always,
right?
Yeah.
You walk out and you're like, I swear to God I parked here.
Yeah.
You're on that high, and then you know, you're like,
quick, dude. So yeah, it was funny too. It was funny too. I went in back and forth, like thinking, like, you know, where did I park? I remember I tried to park here. Like, I'm like clicking the thing, and so I walk into Aviators. Not shout out Aviators. Fuck them, motherfucker. No, sorry, I'm cool. It's my fault. It's my fault. The responsibility is my fault. It was.
They could have let me know.
No, they have 18 signs, bro. They did let me know. They have freaking 20 signs out there that says it's Aviators parking lot. But anyway, the funny thing is I walked in and I was like, "You guys know anything about any stealing cars out in the parking lot?" She goes, "Nah, the cook fucking called the tow truck on you."
The cook.
Yeah. Bet.
The rival.
The rival? Nah, that's all good.
The op.
Nah, he saw the he saw the drip. He saw the drip right away, dude. He's like, nah, for this motherfucker. Get him, exactly. That's what happens, dude. It's what happens, dude. I understand it 100%. No hate.
But
no
hey,
hate.
You had the money to pay for that shit to get out, right?
I mean, the thing is, I could go on with my story. Like, the motherfuckers weren't open. Like, that El Paso towing place, yeah, they weren't open. It said till 2 o'clock. They weren't open. So I Ubered there, fucking knocked, fucking waited, nothing. I was jumping jacks, man, the fucking, you know, security cam or something like that. None. Bro. So Ubered back home. And then the fucked up thing is, like, I gotta tell this whole story. You know, I'm not telling it to be like, oh, poor Clay. The thing is, like, you get through shit. You like, it's not like, oh, you know, this is, oh, what? It's like you just fucking get it done. You know what I mean? So the next morning, I had to do a brunch. So yeah, exactly. No car, dog. No car. So I Ubered to Sprouts, got all the groceries I need with my equipment in my hand, and then I fucking Ubered all the way to the west side with my equipment and the groceries. Got that shit done, you know what I mean? And then Ubered home, bro.
There's no excuses, dog.
No excuses, bro.
You could have called the client and be like, hey, you know what? My car was towed, blah, 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 blah.
Nah, for what though? You know what I mean? I'm able to get it done. So, I mean, there's an option to get it done. Why wouldn't I be able to get it done?
Yeah, exactly.
So I did to get it done. And plus, I want to be there for my clients. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like, poor Clay has, you know, no, that's like,
they wouldn't have thought of it like that.
I can't wait for Clay's brunch. It's going to be here. It's going to be here. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. And then, you know what I mean? So like, but the point is, like, all this shit is not getting me down. Like, I'm just keep going, you know what I'm saying? I just keep fucking going, and nothing's gonna keep me down. I'm on day 4 of working out at the gym, like I said, and I'm just gonna keep going, bro. I don't see an end to working out. I don't even wanna,
that's what's
you know
up,
what I mean?
man.
Like think about like when it's gonna stop. So I'm on this roll, man, and nothing's gonna keep me down. I posted a song like that song, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, you know what I'm saying?
Can't nobody hold
nothing's gonna
me
keep me down. I'm gonna keep going.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got mad.
You got to keep on moving.
Take that. That's what I'm saying, though, for real. Like, so everybody out there, like, just keep going, y'all, for real. So just 1 week, and I know this gonna add up. I'm having another great week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I manifested that myself. Period. You know what I mean? So let's just do it.
Dog, and that's what like I said, man, you know, you gotta in those instances, bro. Like it's so easy to give up, and it even seems like it's on purpose.
Right.
Like those events
You're being
happen.
tested in a way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people. Like, especially me back in the day, I would be like, oh, God, why me, God?
I think it's your attitude, too, in the moment. Like, I wasn't kicking anything. I wasn't punching anything. I wasn't, like, angry, like, yelling, shouting. Like, it's just like, control yourself. You know what I mean? Like, this is what the moment is. This is the reality of the situation. You can't change it. You can't break down window. You can't break the gate down.
Yeah.
My car's right there. I can't drive it through. As many times as I thought, like, just break through that gate.
Inside you was like,
yeah. But you just got to keep a cool, demeanor. Don't let that bother you. You know what I'm saying?
Use that for the next morning.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000.
Boom! I gotta get this done. I gotta get here. I gotta get here.
Like, we talk about, like, we're not the most punctual motherfuckers, dog. I got there on time.
Lord knows.
I got there on time no matter. I got there on time no matter all that bullshit. And then when I serve, like the guy usually is like, "Hey, so in about 10 minutes?" I was like, "No, I'm ready now." He's like, "All right, bet. I won't go on that little car trip." Served him up, and two of the best dishes that I'm sure he ever had for brunch. It's not like you get something that you had that at Crave. No, Chef Clay makes something you never had before. Period. Flavor wise, the way it looks,
no car. We in here, baby.
Yeah, we in here, motherfuckers.
We here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's my element. You know what I mean? That's what makes me bounce back. So
that's what's up, man.
Shout out. Straight up. You know, dog. So how's your week, dog? How was your week?
You know what, man? I got some good news, dog.
What's up?
We got the tattoo artists. They started yesterday, bro. They were setting up you know what I mean? It was a build day. They were setting up their chairs, their stations and shit like that, man. So now that part of the studio, that last piece that I was waiting for, man, it's there. It's put into place.
Right.
And then now we're going forward with that tattoo shit, man. And honestly, man, that, to me, I feel like that's what's going to set Drip Studio and the brand aside from everything else, dog. It's not just a barber's shop. You can get your cut, your drip, and a tattoo, dog, all in one fucking place, man.
I don't know if you were thinking about this when you diversified like that, but like it's the people. So Blended Throwbacks people are talking like, oh, where you at? Drip Studio? Oh, where's that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the tattoo people, oh, where'd you get your tattoo? At Drip Studio? Where's that?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's not.
It starts a whole buzz. It continues a bigger buzz.
Exactly, dog. To me, it's the. I always wanted to work with a tattoo artist, you know what I mean?
Right.
The Planet Throwback and the drip, that's something I never even expected, dog. You know what I mean? I wanted to do my own brand, but honestly, man, I don't have enough time to do that shit, or I'm making excuses I do have time. But
I was like, I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the way I think of it too, dog. I don't think of it just like, oh, I just want to have these fools pay me rent, which is cool. Part of it, yeah, because I mean, I want to have a self-sustained business.
Right.
But at the same time, I know their clients are gonna, hey, what's in the back room? Oh, the bar, you guys cut hair? Oh shit, you guys got clothes too?
Yeah.
My clients, you got tattoo?
Yeah, it just goes in a circle.
Hair?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just that build, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I can see it happen. Yeah, man, I can see it happen. It's crazy, man. Like a couple days ago, like 8 motherfuckers walked in to Planet Throwback. You know what I mean? There was like all shopping, bro. Like if it was a story, it was like I was excited for that shit, man. I was excited for him.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, how did you guys find out? Oh, Instagram. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, he sent us here.
Right.
It's just from us pushing out Instagram so much,
dude.
Bro,
it's like honestly, let me just tell you, like, if from outside looking in, if I didn't know what Drip Studio is, and then I'm like, okay, this is it, and I walk in and be like, oh, tattoo, okay, and then you walk in like, oh, haircut, damn, this is sick, dude. Like all the fucking,
it's an
and then
experience.
You're like, let me go check out the clothes, and then try to soak all this shit in, because honestly, that's pretty dope, man. Honestly,
this is where I see
studio? Have you ever been?
No, he's gonna though. He's gonna.
Yeah,
I gotta get him in the chair. I gotta get him in the chair.
No.
So the way I fucking can explain it, dog, to you is like you walk in and you kind of could hear the music faintly from outside, right?
Yeah.
And then you walk into the office.
Enticing.
They're already tattooing, and then you hear the music a little louder. Boom,
yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
boom. Then
you open that back door, and that's when it's like popping. Bam, bam, bam,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You look to your left, people there shopping for clothes. This dude putting up his items and stuff like that. We're doing cuts.
I'm saying though, why every time that door opens, why do you gotta be grilling everybody, dog? What's up with that, dog?
That's just the way I look, man.
Nah, Vic. Nah, you're the real motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter how you look, it's real. You know the feeling when you walk in.
It's a great feeling for it to be coming all into fruition, man. It's great, dog. It's like I haven't really seen the benefit of it yet, because they're just starting and we're just starting to get into it.
You gotta lay a lot of structure before you start seeing something.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, but I'm excited to see that, dog. And just like the other week, you guys were talking about like you guys have so much on your plate. You guys are spreading yourself thin.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to get to that point. I feel like I have a lot of my plate, but I want more on my plate. Yeah, I want, you know what I mean? I want to be busy all day to the time that I fucking fall asleep, sleep for 2 hours, and then get up and do my other hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get to, man.
And people got to understand that, like, being an entrepreneur, it's not like, we have a time limit or we have, like, this is our whatever. No, it's like we just add on. And then the time goes, like, no, got to add on. You know what I mean? Like, the time is one thing that you just got to structure. So as an entrepreneur, like, you just got to really lay the track, man.
Honestly, man, it's taking advantage of that time, bro. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of little gaps that I'm like still moving, like, you know what I mean? I could be doing something.
I can get this done in 3 hours. Okay, let me move this back just one, and then I can fit in one more. You know?
Exactly, bro. Yeah. Exactly. About everything's going as planned, man. And honestly,
weekend good. Everything straight.
August 6th.
Family good, dog.
August 6th. Family's good, man.
Yeah.
August 6th. We got to start pushing that fucking.
It's not even a manifestation no more. We're doing this shit.
We're doing it, man. So you guys keep a lookout for that, man. But
August 6th is the entrepreneur event. We'll be inside Drip Studio as well as outside with food trucks and some things. Keeping it PC. I have my chef Joey. He'll be making some tacos, doing something real tasty for y'all. At least 100. At least 100 ready.
At least
free food, free gourmet food.
Free food.
At least 100 plates.
Got some brew. Got some clothes.
Bring the fam.
Yeah, man. Bring the fam. Bring the kiddos, man. That's what we're trying to do. Build that little family.
I'm gonna have some water, but I heard my boy Vic might have some nice for y'all.
I might get a couple 30 packs.
You know what I mean? That don't hurt nobody. Ain't hurt nobody.
But my boy Travis, dog, tell us a little about yourself, man.
Is it Brittain or Brittain or Brittain?
A lot of people say it's like Brittain. It's actually Britain. It's just like I used to tell people. It's like the country, just one extra T.
Britain.
Like Britain, like Great Britain.
I don't know. I feel like it was Brittain. I never said his last name, but I feel like I was like Brittain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a little swag in
a little swag in Brittain.
I'm just gonna call you Trav, dog.
There you go.
Yeah, so if you were to explain yourself, like, you know what I mean, when you introduce yourself to people, how do you introduce yourself?
Business-wise,
that's what I'm saying.
I would say there's a lot of different ways, because if it's personal, if it's...
You just in the moment who you meet.
Yeah, it all depends on my audience, honestly.
So what's your expertise? So do you have one expertise, or I know you have many that you want to talk about?
I got many, dude.
All right, then we'll just start. Where you come from, man? Where you come from? We'll just start there.
So I actually come from Iowa. It's a really small town. I think it's like 270 people, bro.
Wow.
Like it's super small. So like if you ain't like a farmer working in a factory, you ain't doing nothing, you know. So.
Sorry,
small town.
Our last dude said the same thing. G the barber, he said the same thing from his small town. Like the factory. If you're not a factory worker, you ain't.
Yeah, because like our biggest thing there was like John Deere or you're a farmer, you know. Jeez. So, and I mean, growing up as a kid, you know, you go to work. I think that's where I got my work ethic from, especially from my dad, because
was he a farmer? Was he in the farming industry and shit?
Kind of, sort of. He wanted to do, like, he was a pig farmer. You know, so I helped him through being overseas and through making some money and stuff like that. I helped him kind of get through some of his struggles. And I
heard you don't mess with a dude with a pig farm, dog. You never mess with a dude with a pig farm.
Yeah,
because they eat the bones.
They eat everything, bro.
They eat everything.
They even eat their own kind, bro. Like,
so you could feed a dead body too.
Hey, man.
Hey,
quick.
Hey, man.
Quick about secrets, bro.
Just in case I gotta get rid of a corpse or two.
I know it from what's the movie? Snatch.
Red Dragon.
No, maybe that
Red Dragon too.
Snatch.
In Snatch, he's got a pig farm. He's like, oh, you never trust a guy with a pig farm. And he's like, why? It's like,
because he feeds it to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, sorry about that. Your dad was you said your dad was your main influence for work ethic?
Yeah, because I mean, you know, going to school, before you go to school, you know, you have to like get up and do chores. So, you know, you get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, you do your chores, if it's pigs, if it's cows, whatever, and then next thing you know, it's like you go home, you shower, you go to school. As soon as you get done with school,
you're back at it.
Yeah, you get like maybe an hour to do your homework, and then you're back out there on the chores, and you're doing it till sundown, and
you're kind of groomed from birth to be that
much.
Yeah, so that, I guess that's where kind of like my work ethic comes from, because, you know, it's just, if you ain't working, you know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Or the farm's not moving. How about that?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if the farm ain't moving, if you ain't working, you ain't making money.
That's your livelihood, dog. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to that, man. You know,
100%. Yeah.
But okay, so you work at Costco.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that, because that's a corporate. That's a corporate.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what we're trying to get out of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll get into drama talk.
So what do you got going on, man? What are your hustle, dog? What's the entrepreneur?
And you're full time at Costco, right? You're full time.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Jeez. Okay, we'll start there then. That's a good way. He's full time at Costco, which is a job.
Keep that in mind.
They understand who he is, and they use him at Costco. I'll be
they use the shit out of me.
Yeah, first hand perspective. They make sure he is like moving something. This guy for sure. Go ahead, sorry, man.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm about coming up on my 2-year anniversary at Costco.
Nice,
so
dude, nice, yeah.
I'm moving up pretty good. I think a lot of it has to do with my work ethic. It's not
sure.
it's not so much. I mean, I see people, and I ain't gonna shout out to nobody, but I see people come to work. They come in for a job, and that's it. They come in for a paycheck. There's people that's been there a long time that are just like, they're cool with just being who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that, because in business you need people that
we
are
need
like that.
people like that.
Yeah.
Workers.
Yeah, you need workers. You need worker ants. Not everybody can be a boss, so it's kind of cool to see how the intricacy of the Costco is, because you got certain people, you got certain groups, you got friends, and then you got some outsiders.
Clicks, start forming. You can kind of tell who is who.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I will tell you that a lot of places that I've worked, they do have like a good culture in a certain aspect. A lot of people, the management, they help out, they're knowledgeable, but
I'm gonna cut you off right here, dog. Listen, this is Grind2Hard. You can speak whatever you want to speak on Grind2Hard, man. If you don't fuck with the management, dog.
Yeah, he's just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but
they just low skill. Like they don't have a lot of experience as managers, so they're like, they're running with you. Like, oh shoot,
as far
I got
as
promoted. Like, I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, as far as like the business aspect, they've been taught by somebody else. But as far as being a manager or a supervisor, they lack the quality of that part.
I mean, there's many qualities. Yeah, I mean, that's no fault to them. There's many facets. Human resources. There's all kinds of like, the way they talk to people, man. Some of them don't know at all.
Yeah, they just get promoted, and you're like, all right, no type of
no, they get that
people
tenure.
skills and shit.
They got that tenure though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So besides
definitely.
Costco though, like what's your main business? Like I know you do some contracting work, man. You'll build stuff or what?
Yeah. Well, so I started off, coming from Iowa, I didn't know nobody down here. I came down here and I started like an actual jumping balloon business.
That was your first thing that you started?
Yeah.
Like Canumbias? Or what are they called? No. What are they called?
Brincas.
Yeah.
Better learn the lingo, dog.
I'm trying. I'm saying I'm advanced myself, dog. You know what I mean?
Some maces, some Cias. Yeah, but like it started off with like a couple tables, couple chairs, and then like one balloon. And then I just reinvested in my own self, my own business. Because, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I want to make that money. I'm going to go spend it.
Where'd you store your inventory?
In my house, in my trailer. So
nice.
that's
one only thing that people think about. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, the way I started out was just in my garage, and then I moved up into like a storage unit, and then I got tired of like, oh hey, I get an order. Okay, now I gotta go to the storage unit, load it up here, go to this, and then it's a lot of running around. So then I ended up buying a trailer. So now it's all at my house.
Cool.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And then you did so you're ex-military, right?
Yeah.
Is that why you're here in El Paso? Because you were stationed here in Fort Bliss?
Yeah, that's how most white people get here, bro.
Not me, though. I was born here.
I didn't say I said most. Yeah.
You Mexican, though,
yeah,
dog.
I'm brown on the inside, you know what I mean? I'm just writing out this white thing.
I'm right on the outside, bro. Right on the inside. So.
Yeah, that's what's up, dog.
Yeah.
So you got the jumping balloon business, man. Obviously, you made a name for yourself in that. You started, getting clientele, doing parties, boom, 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 and started blowing up for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's all word of mouth, and I mean, I know one of the biggest things is social media. So, I literally lived on social media, especially Facebook. Didn't really have an Instagram because it's more.
I wouldn't guess that about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a facet. Like you seem more brawn, like boom, like.
Yeah, but you gotta push your brain. You gotta get out there, because if nobody knows about you, then you ain't making money. If you ain't making money,
but that's an all-around entrepreneur hustle. I mean, this is you. Watch out for this guy, dude. For real, dude. Watch out
for real, man. Yeah, dog. Just being what we were talking about pre-show is like it inspires me, dog. Cause I'm like, man, these motherfuckers got so much on their plate, dog, and I feel like I said, like I need more on mine. You know what I mean? I want to add a shit to it. So that's where it's like the motivation comes in.
You're gonna go work out with me on Friday, right, or what?
Dog, on Friday, I don't know. Friday,
I ain't got time.
Friday's a busy day.
He works out by himself. He works some.
Friday's a busy day, but I was gonna go with you yesterday, but I knew your truck. You had hit me up.
Yeah.
But I do want to do one of those too. So I'm dog. I'ma outwork you, bro. Come on, man.
You don't even know. You
Challenge accepted.
I try to grab the sweat. No, that's my sweat. That's my sweat.
Oh shit. But what else? What other businesses are you doing, man? What other hustles are you invested in right now, dog?
I got a couple more. So I do the jumping balloons. I do the tables, chairs. I also about 4 years ago, I started off with a neighbor referring me to another neighbor in regards to like hanging up a mirror. And they were like, I was like, all right, yeah, I mean, what is it like to hang up a mirror? You know, I'll go help them out. Yeah. So I went over there with like the tools that I know that I would use to hang a mirror. And then this lady, she had like an 80-pound, like 6 foot by 4 foot mirror. And I was like, oh shit. I'm gonna have to come back. I don't got the proper tools because I need to get some anchors, like find the studs and add that. So I started off with one job there, and then I think she got like another job, and I think I did end up doing like 9 different things for her. And then I was like, hey, you know, can you do me a favor? Because where I live, we actually have like a Facebook group page.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool because you kind of know what's
little neighborhood watch.
Yeah, little neighborhood watch. I mean, like if somebody's missing a dog, you got garage sales, you kind of know about it first. And you kind of like get a network with people. I'm very well known in my neighborhood because I'm also the handyman because of that. So I'm like, hey, you know, in our page, can you kind of like let people know so that way if they need help, because you know we've got elderly, we've got, you know, single people, we've got people that just don't have the knowledge to do it. So I'm like, hey, well, you know, let them know because I'm here.
I'm on the block.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm good. And then, but see me, I'm looking at networking because at first I was looking at, well, I can network there so that way I can promote my jumping balloon business. So I'm like, all right, I'll fix your mirror. I'll do this. I'll change your light bulb. But hey, you know what? You got kids? Hey, I got jumping balloons, tables, and chairs, you know? So that's kind of how it's.
And then Costco is in the mix of all this right now? Or no, that's later?
Oh, no. So that was late. Costco's later. Yeah. So right now we're like in the beginning, how it kind of all like evolved.
So the snowball effect.
Yeah.
So you're adding on. You got this.
Yeah. So. It started off with the jump balloons, and then it started with the general contracting, you know. So now I was just doing little handyman jobs here and there, like washers, dryers, like installing them, this and that, whatever, fixtures. And now I'm doing like turf jobs. I'm doing concrete, stamped concrete, pergolas, privacy fences. You know, I've done probably 11 jobs for people at Costco.
Jeez.
You know, being at Costco, I'm also like, hey man, you know,
that's another one. By the way, I got this shit going on too. Yeah, exactly.
That's some of my clients too, dog. When I'm coming up too, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, you look to try to get your name out there. You get your brand out there. Get like whatever you're trying to offer. You know, you want to get it out there any way possible. And it's natural for like an entrepreneur to be like, hey, you know what? Look, this is what else I do. So if you need any help, like, you know, Clay, like you could have called me and been like, hey, you know what, my the whole car situation, I got 9 cars, bro. I'll let you use one.
Yeah,
you gotta let me know.
You know? Buy one though.
No, you start renting out cars now. Renting out cars, like I mean, that's another facet too, bro.
I could.
I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you, dog. I'm gonna figure this thing out. But I mean, I appreciate you. That was funny because on God, what I did was I probably sent out 5 texts. You were one of them. You told me like, you know, I don't know anybody that's mobile, and I said mobile. That was what I needed. And then, you got back to me with one, and I called before I even I didn't even get a call back, but you called me again, like, try this guy Joe. Shout out Joe, because Joe stopped by and he fixed it up, whatever he could do. He showed me what the problem was, and he showed me, you know, how he's gonna fix it and stuff like that. I took a couple pictures, boom. Yeah, so
and you know, it's funny about Joe, because you know how I met him like maybe like a month and a half ago out of Red Sands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was in my Can-Am, and of course we were drinking.
You took his car though, or what?
No. He's like, hey man, I'll give you $20 if you give me and like my kids a ride. And I was like, no, dude, it's cool. Like, I'll give you a ride. He's like, no, here's $20. I was like, no, dude, I'm good. Like, just going for a ride for the experience.
For sure.
And that's how he. And then when he gave me I gave him a ride, and then his kids were like just amazed, and then he's like, hey man, if you ever have any problems, here's my card. So you know, that's. You know, you never really know who you're gonna run into, and you know, networking is it's huge.
It was different, dude, because I don't know how. I didn't know the history, but when Joe showed up, he showed me. He's like, okay, you got that problem? Oh, I know what's up. And then he's like, who referred you? Travis? Yeah, all right, cool. You know, you could tell like it was just like a compa, like it was a good shit. You know what I mean? Like it was like, I'm gonna help you out, man. And I was like, dude,
and that's always the best referral, dog. That's always the best referral, man. When they refer you to a compa, like, hey, my compa, take care of this guy. He's gonna treat you. He's gonna treat you just the same as he would treat his boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what. We always talk about this shit, man. Is like, you gotta talk about your business, dog, at any fucking given time, bro. At any opportunity, bro, you gotta talk about your business.
Don't feel like you're like pecking down, like talking about it too much. Maybe you are, but like it's just you're proud. You know what I'm saying? And like you want to make sure everybody knows about it.
Exactly.
You want to grow. You want to get it out there. And if you don't talk about it, nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, we don't like small talk. So like part of that small talk is, yo, you know I'm on a podcast, Grind2Hard.
Yeah, I couldn't hear, yo,
Yeah.
my shop has this, my shop has that. You know what I mean? Yo, I do construction. I also do this. I also do this.
Yeah.
And that's where you got to be.
Oh, and
dog,
how's your
'cause
day, too? How you doing?
just to have them hand them out like 3 cards before the introduction. Bam, 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 you know? But
So where we at? You got the contracting, we just added on, right? And then you said...
Yeah. So doing the contracting biz with turf and pergolas.
did you know these skills? Did you
went
learn as you go, or did you already know? Or obviously you did your due diligence and you did the research of how you had to do it. But before you even started that, full-time contractor, did you know a lot of this shit?
I did because I think a lot of it had to do with like growing up on a farm. You got to fix your own shit. You can't you're out there and you can't go up there and be like, you
Call somebody. Yo.
Hey, I can't call up Joe and be like, hey, yo, Joe, what's up? Like, can you come out here and fix my this?
Yeah.
Like, you have to figure it out,
Sheesh.
So, you get to do all that. I know how to weld. I mean, I don't do welding very much because there's not a lot of
necessity for it.
Yeah, on my side. I mean, there's people like my neighbors. They just got some privacy fence, and from this guy, and he did really good work. But I'm trying to look down the road because I want to, like we were saying earlier. You can't buy time. So time is priceless. So my whole thing is I'm not looking to be so place it in a position. I'm looking to have that residual income. That's what's led me into my like 4th business,
Here we go. 4
businesses.
1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
Yeah.
Which is?
So I actually, I just kind of had an idea of like, I used to go to the bars a lot. I used to like hang out with friends and this, that, and, just listening and this, that, like there was really no place to go to party or like without being a bar. And no shout out to, discrimination to any bars. 'Cause I mean, they're all popping. Some are better than others, but it's pricey. So
and sketchy these days, no?
Yeah, especially with everything, like
all these Edgars out here, man. I'm serious.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, there's a lot of violence that's coming up, and so like here, it's I want to kind of like mitigate that. Like I want to bring the culture back to what you can come and you can relax, you can have a good time without having to worry about something. So what I did is I basically created an oasis in my backyard. So that's going to be coming up. I'm working and we're trying to get it publicized and to where
so it's be like something that's listed on Airbnb.
Yeah. So it's gonna. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be on Airbnb, but it's gonna be
word of mouth mostly.
Yeah, and kind of like how when you go online, it's gonna be a lot of word of mouth. I'm gonna do.
I mean, if you know the social marketing game, you can definitely just plug in right there.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna be on IG. I'm gonna do TikTok, so that way we can hashtag. We can get my name out there.
Yeah.
What are you calling this?
It's called Desert Oasis. So kind of
corporate. Where's it located?
At my house.
I know. I'm saying the location.
What part of the
so
area?
it's gonna be
on
the town. It's gonna be on the far east side, over there by like Montana, Zaragoza.
Okay. Oh, that's right up the block.
Yeah. So it's
by.
And my neighbor's cool. We've already had conversations and this and that.
We'll do the Grind2Hard Christmas party there, Doug.
There you go. There you go.
You're gonna cook a turkey.
I'll do a turducken, bro. I'll do turducken. You ever heard of that shit?
No, it's like duck and stuffed in the turkey.
Oh, yeah, all that shit.
Damn,
it's
man.
like
fry that shit
chicken
too.
stuffed in the turkey, stuffed in the fucking something,
and then fried.
Yeah.
Get like a duck or a corner shin from.
Yeah. There you go.
It's like boom,
quail.
boom, boom, boom. Oh, quail. That's
there you go. Quail in the chicken.
Several
chicken in the
birds
turkey
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's gonna be I'm hoping it's gonna be a good turnout. I've already had a couple parties just to kind of like. Get it out there
Get
and
the
like
feelers out.
Just kind of like little test runs and shit.
Yeah,
everybody knows too when they were leaving. They're like stumbling out. You're like, "Here's a flyer. Here's a flyer."
Yeah. And I don't have flyers, but man, but word of mouth and like everybody had a good time. There was no drama, no bullshit, no nothing. It was just, because I've got like so something that's in there for I've got like an in-ground fire pit with a TV. Waterfalls. I've got some fire.
What's that pole for in the corner when you got there?
Oh yeah, you already know.
Oh damn!
Hey,
it's a real party.
I'm trying to like for
everybody,
everybody,
all inclusive. You know what I mean?
It's all inclusive.
Diversity.
Yeah, there you go. Diversity.
Of course.
So I mean, how does it work though? Like, You charge by the hour. You charge. It's a minimum of what, you know what I mean? 5 hours. You said before, right?
It's 5 hours
minimum.
Yeah, 5 hours minimum. Or well, I'm sorry, it's $500 for 4 hours.
500 for
4 hours. Yeah, and it's all inclusive. So you're gonna get for that five. I mean, it's also gonna be like a $100 deposit, non-refundable, because the thing is, it's a business, you know. So like if you go on my website, you book it, because it's gonna be kind of like how when you get airplane tickets, it's the same thing, same kind of principle behind it. So you're going to go on my website, you're going to book that. So if you book that time and that date, and then you do a no-show, well, you just cost me $400 extra dollars. So that's why I'm going to keep that $100 refundable, non-refundable. But at the same time, when you do book, that $100 does go toward the $500.
So you just pay three?
Yeah, four
at the end.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I give you like $75 when I'm sore and just soak in the jacuzzi, dog, for like an hour? Is that cool?
Yeah, hey, it's money, dog. It's money.
It's money, dog.
Yeah.
Hourly? Do you have hourly rates?
Yeah.
So is it
He's like,
BYOB? You providing alcohol and
Yeah,
shit?
well, so it's BYOB, but the only thing is
Concierge service? What?
No glass. Just because, you know,
Wet and wild.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because I don't want like glass in the hot tub, because then I have to drain that. I don't want glass in the in the turf, because, you know, I want it to be safe. I want it to be fun. I don't want somebody to, you know, get hurt.
Trip and yeah.
So
Cool. That's a different vibe, man. That's a different vibe, especially for those people that love to party but feel like they can't go out to the bar anymore, or they don't want to go to the bar, dog. They want to you're bringing back like that house party environment, dog. That's fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? And to me, back in the day, that was like, house parties are lit, bro. That's dope. You know what I'm saying?
And seeing in Iowa too, like we still have bars, but like the towns are so spread apart because it's the country. So like my closest neighbor was like 7 miles away.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So what we do is we create, like, up there we have like 2 or 3 car garages, because, you know, we have all these, you know, toys and stuff for the farms, you know, 4-wheelers and stuff like that. So we always used to create like one stall as an indoor bar. So that's how it all kind of like, that's kind of how it stems
from. That's where
from.
you got the idea from, kind of?
Yeah, because I mean, that's what we do, is we'd always like pre-game like our party at somebody's house, in the bar, in the garage bar, whatever. And then about midnight, that's when we'd all go through to the bars and see what's out there and chop it up for a little bit, and then come home and have the after party again.
Finish it off there. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's
see what's out there, like what's the drink, right? Like you were seeing, like, you know, it's good.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's kind of like where it originated from, and then, you know, with
what the specials are, and
right, you know, and then see like a lot of things with the way things are nowadays, with like the violence and people getting stabbed, people getting shot over some stupid BS. Like, that's not going to be here, you know, because it's at a place, you know, and the person that's going to rent it's going to be a contract. You know, like there's
they're liable for all sorts of shit.
Yeah, it's an indemnity clause for me. So like, you can't go against my homeowner's insurance. You can't go nothing. And plus, it's an LLC, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But it's a simple fact that you are assuming responsibility. So
right,
yeah,
that's definitely different, dog.
So that's
and
business number 4.
I could see that shit fucking definitely popping off, bro. Because, like you said, it's getting dangerous and shit, and, you know, people just don't want to fucking like deal with the bar crowd anymore and the bar scene and shit. So that's fucking real. That's special. You got something going on, man. When do you feel like it's gonna be full on mode, you know, renting? And when do you think you'll be ready for that type shit?
Shit, I'm ready now, but, you know, to get everything to where you
safe
can
and legal, and
well, yeah, the legal side of it, I'd probably say I'm hoping within no more than a month. But I mean, obviously we gotta take the proper steps, but, you know,
work out some kinks.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as like the spot, we're golden right now.
What's your schedule looking like, dog? Let's say because I'm sure you're busy weekends, because you got the balloons, you got people renting your house.
Yep.
Contract work and shit. Yep. People are off on the weekends.
Yeah.
So what is your schedule? Take me on a Saturday, day to day, hour by hour, like getting off of Costco. You got this. You got the next event. You got to drop off some balloons. You got to, you know, come back and fix a mirror.
It gets hectic. It does. I mean, typically, the only reason I'm able to work at Costco now is because of my time schedule. Because I would go in. My normal schedule is 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. But, you know, I've gained a lot of trust there from, you know, like I never call out. I always go in early. I mean, You know,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm always there, and whatever they ask, I do, so I've gained that respect and I've gained that trust to where, like, if they know they need somebody, boom, I'm there.
Yeah.
If it's midnight, like the other day we had inventory, which fucking sucks, but I went in at 2 a.m. and I got out at 6 a.m. and then I went home, I did some jobs, and then from there I went back in at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. for inventory, but I'm still doing stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
But like on a day-to-day, I mean, I typically I do have a few workers where if we're doing concrete or something like that, or they can do like odds and end jobs for me until I get there. But like the main
silence.
That's Riz real quick. Sorry, you had to let him know. Let him know, yo. Let him know, Riz.
Right. Yeah, so it's one of those deals where like you just got to manage your time and the best, because the way I see it is if you're not doing things, you're not progressing, you're not making that money. So in the mornings I'm working at Costco. As soon as I get off at Costco, if I've got some jobs, then I'll have them like I'll have a couple of my guys doing like prepping the work or whatever, and then from there I'll show up on site. I'll bring my clothes with me from work, I'll change in the car, boom, I go straight to the job site. But like on a typical Saturday, it's crazy. I mean, I usually get about 2-3 hours of sleep a day. Just because, if I'm sleeping, I don't need to work at Costco, but I want to, because that's 8 hours that I could be making money,
Yeah, exactly. Trust me, I know that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that job right there pays like all my bills.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Like
security.
So how do you? That job is very well. Like, let's say in year 5, year 6, you'll probably be making about 50 grand. Plus, you'll have 401k benefits that are like very like
stock
red
options.
red carpet benefits. And then obviously a free membership at Costco. So like, how do you like have the motivation to add on to do all this stuff? Because obviously you could take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have family. Do you have family?
No. Well, actually, I have 2 kids, but they live in their Monmouth, Colorado.
Right. So I mean, you do pay a certain amount, but I mean, then you want to get them stuff. You know what I mean? So like,
actually,
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying like that's still a good. Like, I used to do that for 12 years. I was married for 12 years, worked at Costco, even part time.
Yeah.
It was just I was still taking care of my family, man. So I'm just saying, like, as you added on all these things, were you ever thinking like, man, I'm actually chill? Maybe.
No.
Did you ever see that?
No.
You never thought this is enough.
No.
And what's that thinking? Like, what's that thinking going on? Because, I mean, you're, like, taking on new contracts and you're thinking, like, fuck, I work 8 hours at Costco. Blah, blah, blah. Like, what is that thinking going? Tell me about that.
It's just...
Where's the motivation come from, dog?
It's that money.
I know
It's that money, man.
Yeah.
Well,
it's that money.
Facts, that's it.
But
money.
That's it, money. I mean,
not,
you can't... the thing is, you can't take the money to the grave, but the thing is, you can't buy time. But with money, you can buy things that make you happy.
Oh, yes. Don't let that be a facade. Yeah, you definitely need money to get your dreams, for sure. Yeah,
this is the shit that I say, bro. Like, we talk about that shit all the time. Money's not everything, this and that. And I'm a strong believer in that, right?
Yeah, try to be.
But I also strongly believe that, life is like a game, bro, and money is tokens, dog. You know what I'm saying? You have to collect as many tokens as you can while you in here, bro. It's not about the birth date, and then you have your birthday, and you have your end date where you die. It's that dash in between is what you do. You know what I mean? That's what matters right there, dog. And and like you say, money. I feel like Jim Carrey said one time. He said, "I wish everybody was rich so you could see how." Money's not that important. But us as, when we're coming up, we're broke, we're trying to get that money. We can't see the
capital,
way that.
we need
can't see that.
We need capital, man. Yeah,
Once you do, then you can start seeing like, all right, well, maybe this is not that important. Maybe this is not that important.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's my advice to everybody that works at Costco or works at McDonald's even. Who cares? Like, take those checks and don't blow it all. Like, don't get a tattoo or get your eyelids done or eyelashes or whatever it costs every week. You know what I'm saying?
Them
like,
wings.
Save that money. Like, swear to God, like, it sounds stupid and sounds retarded and you'll be bored and like nothing will happen. But save that money because it'll turn into your dreams. Like, you think it's my dreams will happen one day. No, you need capital to start your dreams. So I'm saying, like, get that.
And another thing too, like like you were saying, some people are kind of like stuck where they're at. They're complacent, and they're like, oh, well, I want to do this, or I thought about doing this. I would like to do this, but they don't take that next step. And that's what you need to do is you need to
complacency.
Look like, you like, I want to do that. So fucking do it,
Have you ever felt like that, man? Complacent to where it's a point where you're like, damn, man, they're like, I'm stuck right here.
Not when you're hungover, but like for real, like
no, honestly, I haven't because like, the way, I guess, since I've been brought up, like when if I ever start to get like that little feeling of like, fuck, I automatically jump to that next thing, you know. So it's kind of like a self-drive, self-motivation type of thing, you know.
So can I ask? I mean, I'd hate to be if it's too personal. I mean, were you ever like broke? Is there a time where you were like didn't have money? Like you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like we talk about that too. Like he's been at a low, I've been at a low where I'm like not going back. So it's like I'll work, I'll grind, I'll do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? I'll stay up all night, whatever it takes. You know, I gotta get it done. You know what I mean? Like that's my mentality. Yeah. And I know for a fact, of course, it takes the grind, but it's making the right moves. You know what I'm saying? Not a quick move or a stupid move, but a correct move. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. And you know what I mean? Especially here in the Hispanic community, dog. Like I've said this multiple times. We're raised to just work hard, and that's it.
Yeah.
You work hard, you work hard, and that's it. But you're not really raised. I wasn't raised to you work hard, but then you invest in yourself and you invest in something that you want to do. No, I was just work. It's like that. It's like that picker field mentality. You just go to work, grind your ass off, fucking 12, 14 hours a day, go home, and that's it. You don't plan on nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I've had to learn coming up, where it was just like, even cutting hair, bro. I was cut hair, 12 appointments a day. By the end of the week, I'm like, damn, I'm still broke. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I'm not using my money for me. I'm just blowing it daily.
Honestly, just to talk about the culture, like seriously, like I worked at Costco and I built myself up from 11 all the way up to 20, 25, and then I was at like 27, I think at the end, 27 plus, I would get bonuses twice a year, right? So that was a great salary for me. And now and just talk about the culture of El Paso, like it's not easy to get money like that. That's a lot of money. Just reality. That's a lot of money, and
especially in El Paso,
right? That's what I'm saying. Like as a chef, let me just tell you, like I'm not sure about other jobs, and I've looked at other jobs, but I'm saying as a chef, you start at 10 if you're good, and then you move way up. Like if you had experience, it'd be like, okay, we can start you at 10. More than likely, it's gonna be 9, and then 10, and then 11, and then maybe 12. Holy shit, 14, like 15, 16. You're doing a fuckload of work. Like you're doing KM work, like kitchen manager work, dude. Seriously. So I understand that, like once you like boom, like you go from that, like grinding, like killing yourself, like dying, and then you're like, boss, you don't love me, no, you know what I mean? Like it sucks being a KM. I shout out to all the KMs in El Paso, because that's a hard job. So once you get to that point, you're just like, nah, I want to like get another job. You get to Costco, get that salary, and you're just like, it's like ice, it's like lounge chair.
You get a coast.
Yeah. So I understand the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I'm not like we're not downplaying them at all. It's just that like realize that once you get to that lounge chair, like you're lounging for a reason, because you're safe. You're safe. But if you actually take a little bit more initiative, you can be safe and build something toward your dreams.
Right.
Like that's what I did. That's what I did. So seriously, I was like, I seriously was playing video games at night and chilling and doing 5-hour shifts. Oh, can I go home early? Yeah, 3-hour shifts. You know what I mean? Like it was just like easy to do that, because it was so taken care of, everything. And then I was just like, you know what? Fuck that, dude.
And what we're trying to motivate, dog, is like not getting to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, take it from us. You know, you got to start now. You have to fucking
stay motivated, positive,
start planning now, start journaling now, start writing down your goals and shit. And
that's a big thing. We're going to have to start pushing out, writing our stuff down. Like we talk about all that stuff, but like writing it down. Like you have papers, we talk about like podcasts, but like that whole writing shit down in pen is serious.
And you know what, man? I've been liking on that shit too. Like I be forgetting my book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even now during the show, I'll write shit down for the next episode. And I'm slacking on that too, man. But you just got to find that balance to where you got a lot of shit going on, but you have to revert, like, okay, I forgot to write this down. Let me do this. Like, stick to the routine, you know?
Let me ask you something. Throughout, like, your time from, like, bouncing back, do you have that breakthrough moment where you're like, fuck, I can take care of myself, man. I don't got to need nobody. I'm looking out for my family now. I'm going to help people, you know what I mean? Like, you have that.
Or have you felt, have you felt that breakthrough moment?
Oh, no, I've been on that breakthrough moment. Good. Because, like, being married and then divorced now, for 5 years, like I won't settle, because I know what I bring to that table. I can provide for whoever. I don't need anybody. I want somebody, so I'm already.
Was that something you wanted to prove to yourself? At one point you were like, fuck, like being married was hard. And I think I want to get to a point where.
Yeah, any relationship's hard, but marriage,
sure. Marriage is different.
Marriage is another beast in itself,
1000%,
but it's like, mean, you get to that spot, and then, you know, things happen for a reason, and, you know, doors close, but, you know, you got to understand that doors open, and there's one door doesn't close if another one doesn't open, and you got to push through that. And if you don't push through that, then, you know, you're going to be just kind of like going through life. And like I say, you know, I want to live life. I don't want life to live me, you know? So it's kind of one of those things where, like, if I'm not making money, and it's not all about money, because, you know, you can't buy time, but with money you can buy somewhat happiness, because you can do the things that you weren't able to do, because obviously things that you want to do take money.
I mean, for me, honestly, the reality was I took like $5,000 out of my 401k, and then I bought equipment, and I was able to take my equipment to the house, cook the food.
But that gets you to that next level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, I mean, it does take money, but but I mean, if I didn't have the knowledge or the passion, then I wouldn't be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So straight up, yeah. I understand.
How long did you do in the military, man? How long were you in there for?
8 years.
Okay.
8 years.
Nice.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking, Doc?
I'm 42.
There you
So
go.
you started, you joined the military kind of like later on in
I was
life?
I was on the DEP program. I was actually in 17, so I got in a little bit of trouble, and back then, they told me you have to go one way or the other. So I decided to go one way, and I guess it turned out to be all right. So.
And do you feel like, dog, I think about, like, if I could go back, man, I would join the military fresh out of high school.
Yeah, shout out to all the veterans and everybody in the military right now, for sure.
It's like a stepping stone, dog. You know what I mean? It helps you out so much. While you're in it, I'm sure you know, it sucks, and you have...
I think if you apply yourself, smoke, right?
Yeah.
You gotta get, yeah.
Well, and in basic training, you have no option. Like, you're not you're government property, you know?
Right.
So, you know, when you get step that foot off that bus, and you're already getting yelled at, the thing is, you know, I was small-minded. I was coming from a small town, farm boy. You know, all I knew was how to do is work, go to school, you know, and then I never really knew anything outside of a farm community, you know? So then I go there, and I'm just like shell-shocked. I'm like, whoa, this is cool, like this, that. But then I had people yelling at me like all day, which I got used to my dad yelling at me. But, you know, it's
a whole stranger is different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, man,
I gotta get used to this every day.
Yeah, like dude, yell at me again, see what happens. You know, but they break you down,
right,
and they build you back up. Yeah, and like
sure.
I'm telling you, like mentally, I was very naive. I was very soft. When I came out of basic, bro, I'll fight King Kong and I will possess. You know,
that's what my dad said too. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're so confident in yourself, and that, you know, they give you a lot of key qualities. You know, I mean, they give you punctuality, they give you leadership skills. I mean, there's communication. I mean, there's just so many good things about the military and the basic training. And then, you know, you go to your AIT, and then you kind of like you hit like that little college phase where like you're out partying with all your friends at the bars and stuff like that. When you get to like your duty station.
Fucking around the barracks and shit,
man,
like
let me
that.
tell you what, Korea is a whole different beast right there. You know?
Really? My uncle went to Korea.
Man,
I'll ask him about
I heard
that.
stories, man.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, it's a good, and then, you know, I don't really miss the military because it's a lot. There's some dog and pony stuff, but the camaraderie is second to none. Like, I mean, you know, you have high school friends, you have buddies, but like when you have the military and you train with them day in and day out on like special operations, you know, like without a doubt, like you could fall asleep, and if somebody comes on your six, you know that they've got you, you know? So
yeah.
That means back 6 months.
Yeah, I know that. I play Modern Warfare.
There you go. Nice. I play that COD. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the military did a lot of good things, and, you know, I've got a couple friends that, you know, I was able to get in the military because they were lacking in a lot of things, you know, like they just didn't know what direction to go. And I'm like, well, hey, bro, just go to the military. You get college, then you can kind of, gives you a couple more years, gives you like a lot of.
At least you're doing something.
Doing
you know
something.
what I mean?
Did you use the GI Bill? Did you get it?
Yeah. I got my bachelor's degree. Yeah.
That's what's up. In what?
So it's actually a business administration or business.
That's why he got so many business. He just administrating these motherfuckers.
He understands the script. You know what's up.
So, you know, and one of the things like that led me to being like an HR generalist, and then actually before my dad got sick for a little bit, and then so I went up to Iowa for like a year and a half or so, and I quit down here and went up there to take care of my dad and
the farm or what?
Yeah, and the farm. So I actually started, so I was working there on the farm, you know, in the morning and in the afternoon, but during the day I actually worked in Des Moines, Iowa for Wells Fargo. I was one of the 8 senior managers for HR. Wow. So, you know, I didn't physically oversee 250,000 people, but through the senior, we get like 2 to 3 cases a day, almost up to 15 cases a week of like HR, employee relations, and stuff like that. So everything's from like one person was like, hey, you know what? I don't like the way this one person smells with her perfume, and so we had to write a memorandum to where it was a scent-free workplace. You know? Yeah, I mean, it's
tone it down.
Yeah, you know.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I mean, it's, you know, right. Hold on. No, we good.
We good.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just about doing that, and then, you know, when trials and tribulations come, it's, you know, it's like how you said, you know, it's like how you see it, how you do to break through, you know, because a lot of times when people hit a wall, they just stop. You know, in my mentality, give me a wall, and I'm gonna either go over it, I'm gonna break through it, I'm gonna go over it, I'm gonna go under it, I'm gonna go around it, but it ain't gonna stop me.
There's a way.
And then let me just give a little bit of advice, because like at this point, like, we're able to take care of it. We've worked, we have businesses, we have things that are churning, so some money for us. So things come up, like car, for instance. For me, like, I'm able to take care of it. But I know back in the day, dude, that was a real deterrent. You know what I mean? I felt like there really were roadblocks. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have the money to fix it real quick. I'd have to wait a couple weeks or whatever. But the fact is that maybe you have to wait a couple weeks and save some money, but you'll get it done. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about those weeks it takes to save the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a blip in time. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that shit, dog. Because like I said, man, before this year, dog, I mean, I had my business, you know, my LLC or whatever. I was in there by myself, and I was constantly coming into shit, constantly
every day, right? Something,
hurdles, bro.
Yeah.
And then, like, to the point where it's like you start, especially, you know, again, Hispanic community, like, oh, dog, someone's throwing, like, there's a saying, me están echando la sal, like, they're throwing salt on you, like, somebody's throwing. I always think about that shit, like, oh, dog, someone's out there, another entity's, they're like rooting against me, and it's because of that. But it's like, no, bro, you know, shit just happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's how you move past that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's how your character, and it's not so much the process of moving past it, is like, how is your character during that time?
Exactly.
A lot.
There you go. Exactly, dude.
I would go
1000%.
home. I would go home, bro, and I'd be pissed, dog. And me and my girl start arguing because she'd be like, "You're in a bad mood. You're coming."
And you're projecting that shit.
Leave that shit at the shop, and it's hard to. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah, for sure.
And still, I still go through shit every day, dog. But it's that thinking that's like, you know what I mean? I put myself in this, man. I gotta love every ounce of it. I gotta love every moment, even the hurdles. Even
like, you're not at the shop. You're mad at the shop, but like, you're in the moment. You're with your lady. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
exactly,
okay, let me just be in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's tough. I'm sure you felt like that too. You know, you too.
Definitely.
You guys been married and shit.
The hard way for sure. I had to learn that the hard way.
You guys been married and shit, and bro, it's tough, man. Like you said, it's a different animal. It's a different beast, dog. And bro, like, I'm not.
We're entrepreneurs. We keep things high wired. Like, we're going. You know what I'm saying? When we get home, we gotta kind of keep it at a lower.
See, and that's where I fail. That's where I fail, because like, as soon as I get home, especially like if I got a job the next day, like if I'm doing turf or I'm doing this or I'm doing that,
chill.
I'm mentally, like, I'm chilling.
Yeah. Well, you're preparing.
But I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Where am I going to start? Where am I going to do this? Where am I going to get started? Blah blah blah.
Where am I going to shop for that equipment?
Yeah.
For sure.
That's where you gotta be, though. You gotta what's that shit? What's that word I'm trying to say?
To what?
Like, you gotta see it in the future. You gotta see it happening.
Forecast it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta forecast that shit, man. Every last detail, dog. Like, on those busy days, 12 cuts. I'm thinking like, all right, 9 o'clock, mid fade. The one after that, taper. I gotta do this. I'm walking through every cut in my head the night before, so I can the next day just boom, 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 knock them out. Somebody's coming in. Okay, I gotta handle that. You gotta put all that shit. It takes the day before,
right,
and the day before that, right, to plan.
So to talk about that, basically being prepared, and you're ready for the moment. That lets you. So you took that time to think about it while you were doing whatever. Now you're in the moment, and you're like, boom, I have this all set.
Premeditated. That's what I was trying to say.
Something comes up, you have the patience to deal with that.
Exactly.
You know, something comes up, it's like, oh, I already got this on lock. Here, what's going on? Let me fucking knock this out. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? But if you fucking constantly like chilling, then you're not ready. You want to walk to work like, oh shit, I got everything's fucking bothering you at that point, bro.
Yeah.
You lost, dude. You lost. You know
exactly. From the time you walked into work, you fucking, it's over.
You're like, I'm tired. Boom, you lost, bro. Right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and mentally too, it already puts you like, oh shit. Now what? Now I'm behind. Now
just like right now, you just dropped your shoulders.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Your shoulders dropped all fucking day after that shit, man. You know,
yeah.
and it's hard to get out of that shit, dog. It's hard to snap out of it once you're in that fucking
Yeah, like I was showing you this morning. I got this little move that I learned. You know what I mean? Basically, no matter what, if you're getting hit on 1-2, you just slide to the side. Get
He got four. He got 4 training sessions. Now he's over here throwing jabs and shit.
Hey, shout out Ricky over there at Savage Academy. Got me down, bro. You know what I mean? Losing weight, feeling good, ready to whoop some ass.
He's shadow boxing outside.
Shot. You don't even know.
Yeah, but
yeah. Sorry, just build, keeping a good structure. If you got the good structure, build on it, you know what I mean? But be ready, prepared for all that stuff. Especially if you're going to step in the entrepreneur world and you want to take care of your family like that, it's going to take a lot. Be prepared.
What are some instances, man, where you have like those struggles, dog, where you felt like at your lowest? You know what I mean? In the entrepreneur world and shit.
Right.
I don't want to get too personal or whatever.
In the midst of it, I know I had too many plates sometimes, and it's...
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things is time. You know, like you're always in the business, you're doing this, but you got to separate the time, and you got to have the equality of life too. Because you know, when I was married and I had my kids, I was always working like boom, 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 chinga, 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 and then next thing you know is like, well, where you at? You know, where's my husband? Where's my dad? Where's this? Because like we talked earlier, you know, if the kids don't remember, oh, I bought you $1,000 pair of shoes or this, that, they remember, you know,
when you took them to buy that $1,000 pair of shoes, that's what they remember.
Or like, hey, my dad took me to the park. You know, we played, you know, we kicked the ball for a half an hour or whatever. They remember that. They remember the time that you spent with them, not what you spent on them.
Yeah, that's real talk, though. Don't take it sentimentally. That's real talk, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, take that in. Because I know for a fact, no, I wasn't doing my part. You know what I mean? Like 2 days a week or whatever, 1 day a week sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, so I try to put in as much as I can now. You know what I mean? Like, I got extra lunch. Hey, you want to go? Especially on the summer, you know, can I go on? You want to go to lunch or whatever? But yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. It's tough to focus and balance and stuff like that.
Because kids don't see, you know, they don't care about like what you got to do. They just care about what time you spend with them, you know. So
let me ask both of you guys this.
Yeah.
Because I'm married and you know what I mean, got plans or whatever. And would you guys say that your entrepreneur spirit kind of, that's what was the end of y'all's relationship in a way? Was it for you?
Well, for me personally, like I didn't. If you want to say yes, if I want to say yes, it's because I didn't even know it. Like it was almost preemptive for me to get to figure out like this is not making me happy, right? And then divorce, and then okay, well, what's out there, and then doing whatever I think, like you know, everything, and then realizing like no, I'm out here to do my passion. I'm out here to, you know what I mean, like hit it hard, and then boom, you know what I mean. So I don't know, man, like. Once I got into that mode, I realized that being single is the way to be. For me personally, like I have so much to conquer and so much to do. Like if I was married, I still wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't be able to give her the mental capacity, the physical capacity. You know what I mean? Everything. You know what I mean? Because I do a lot, bro. I do a lot, and I want to do more.
And you wouldn't be able to give your business. It would be the same way.
And that's the thing. It's not a question. That's when you talk about entrepreneurship. Yeah, man, there's no question about the business. You end up sacrificing the family easy. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's, you know, God's going to punch me later for that, but it's just that's who I am, bro. And that's the passion that I have. You know, I want to win and succeed and provide. And I feel like at the end of the day, when I provide, it's what makes me sleep, dude, honestly. Like, and then when we go out and like, honestly, like this is sounds like gloating to some people, but for me, when I took my kids to Ruth's Chris and they're like in awe of them boxing up their meal and bringing extra silverware when they drop it, it's like different. You know what I mean? They know it's out there, what's out there. You know what I mean? It's possible to have this.
They know what you do. They have an idea of what you do.
Exactly. Maybe, and that's not the thing. I want them to see nice things. I want them to be able to be like not just in that shell of
have that experience.
Right. Have that experience. You know what I'm saying? And what do you like that? Oh, you do? Let's do it. Let's go to another restaurant that's really nice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't like that? Let's go to Taco Bell. I'm down. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta give them those experiences. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes me fucking feel good these days. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because definitely success, but actually I'm doing it for my kids. So it's like a weird kind of.
It's a roundabout way.
Yeah, it's weird.
What about yourself, Doc? In your experiences? I don't want to get too personal. I don't know if that's a personal question or whatever.
I'm an open book, bro. You guys
Chapter 13.
Yeah, right. No, it's. I mean, I think it has a lot of, like Clay said, I think it has a lot of contributing factors because you, as entrepreneurs, as hustlers, as you know, you trying to get to that next level, as you try to, you know, get your business to the next level, or you're trying to get to the next level. Ultimately, you're doing it for your family to provide a better living or to give them more. When really it's just time that they want, but mentally as an entrepreneur, you're trying to push forward to be like this. So like with my businesses so far, like everything requires me to be there. you know. So that's why I'm trying to look for something residual to where I could have my kids and be on a beach in Puerto Peñasco, or we can go to Disneyland or Disney World. Or
and you'll be there too.
Yeah.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
You're not just paying for it, sending them out there and shit.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
like I can still make money, but at the same time, like now I'm spending time. So now the time is more worth than the money. But
Right.
I've had to do that due diligence and put in that work, that blood, sweat, and tears, the lack of sleep. Because honestly, even though I sleep like 2-3 hours, it's not. People are like, I mean, even people like at Costco, like, bro, how do you do it? Like, you work here and then you go here, and because they ask me like, hey man, what are you doing now? What job? You're, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. They're like, how in the fuck do you do it?
Right.
But when you get that passion, that entrepreneurship, when you get that knowledge and you want to get to the next level, you don't waste your time, or you don't see like, oh man, I've got 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Well,
time's more valuable. It becomes
yeah.
more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not like, oh, I have 3 hours left to play Call of Duty. You're like, no, I'm just like, fuck, okay, if I got 3 hours left, I can do this. I can write a menu, at least send one invoice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll sleep, but see if they fucking return that invoice in the morning. And then, you know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
like so many things. There's so many things that are
Well,
always
like,
just,
yeah, exactly. And like right after this, I've got 4 estimates to do. You know, I've got 3. I got a privacy fence to do for a family on the west side, and then I've got 3 turf jobs. So, you know, as soon as I'm done here, boom, I'm doing that. And then as soon as I get done with that, and I get those sent out, then I'm gonna start working on my backyard, building a balcony, building a bar, doing this. So
damn,
yeah,
so constantly working, man, and
always.
That's why I tell you guys, you single guys, man, like, fuck, you guys got an advantage, bro. And I'm not knocking my relationship, you know what I mean? She's a big supporter, but
that's huge. That's huge.
You know what I mean? But I could definitely see how y'all get more done,
yeah,
than I would. Because, like,
sure.
I'm still trying to balance.
Right.
Once I go home,
she's
expecting me to cut it off. That's it. And I'm still, like, you know, texting and...
Yeah, and the big picture, dude, like, seriously, like, in the first couple of years, I was just grinding it out, doing everything, like, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, whatever it took, like, getting it done. And then I wasn't really thinking about the family, you know what I mean? I was just like a sacrifice, boom, for me. So, like, once I got to this point, I'm like, now it's time to like kind of push it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's time. I've made enough room, so I'm pushing it back to give my family more time. And then the future, like I said, the big picture is for me to be there way more. You know what I'm saying? And I got people calling me, what's going good? Okay, good. Is that going good? Okay, good. You know what I mean? That I have people that I trust, that I've built different businesses and stuff like that.
Going back to that money thing, dog, it's like we say, you know, money, money, money.
Right.
To me, money,
cash
the
rules.
most important thing that it brings is a freedom. That's what I want from it.
The freedom,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean?
That's
Yeah,
that
freedom
residual.
to, yeah, exactly, bro. And you have to have, but money,
Oh yeah, cash rules.
cash rules everything around me.
Cream.
Get the money.
Dollar bill.
So the freedom to me, dog, is like, you know, growing up, you know, I came up from the projects, dog.
Yeah.
I saw my grandparents work. I saw my mom, you know, fucking overtime. She was hardly ever there, dog. You know what I mean? My dad too. He busts his ass. I hardly ever see this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the most part of my life, he was incarcerated. He got out, started truck driving. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
He's out. I don't see him. I talk to him on the phone. It feels like he's locked up sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to live like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and still, they're in their later part of their years, and they're still struggling. They're still, you know what I mean? They're still hustling, dog.
Yeah.
And I look at that shit, and I'm like, man, I for the life of me don't want to live like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and now I'm barely starting to see like, shit, maybe 5 years from now, I can take 2 weeks off. Cause I don't really, for me to take a week off, that shit's like, I'm spending money and I'm losing money.
Yeah.
When I'm on vacation, dog, the first 2 days are the most exciting. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're out here.
Yeah.
Third day, I'm like, oh shit, I'm already missing 10 appointments. Fourth day in, I'm like, fuck, I'm already spending all this money.
Yeah.
By the time I come back, I can't wait to get to work. And it's not because
Ready to get the ball rolling again.
I'm ready to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like, I have to.
Right.
I'm in love with my craft, so I want to. But at the same time, I want to be like, shit, man, let me just hop in and, okay, see what's going on. Everything's running good. Not necessarily physically cutting, but making sure that residual income is still moving around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's where it's at, honestly, because, you know, we've said it a couple times, you know, like, you can't buy time, you know. So you know, with you being, you know, married, and then, you know, us being single, we have the time to you know, perfect our craft or to do little things here and there. But like you know, like you said, you know, once you get home, like, you know, everybody's like, done. It's, you know, what about me now? And you have to have that balance, because it's not fair to her, at the same time, to be like, well, hey, look, I'm doing this or I'm doing that, but I still have a husband. I still want to be with you.
Right.
Like, we need, and it's hard because, even though, and it's kind of a bad thing because even though you're together, you're still thinking about, oh, I got 4 cuts tomorrow. I got this cut. I got that cut. I got this going on. I got Drip2Hard. I got this. So even though you're there, you're not there. And that's not fair to them, So like, that's where I think, like,
but it's kind of, it's kind of like, it's tough, that dynamic too, bro, because at the same time, like, when you're in a grown-up relationship, you have kids, you guys were together for, a good amount of time.
18 years.
18 years.
Damn, that's what's up, man. Putting in days.
Yeah.
So fucking, she's also expecting you, like you said, to spend time, but she's also expecting you to pay bills and make sure. So that's where I struggle with, where it's like,
Security,
okay, you want
right?
this shit, you want to, you want the new bag, you want the, shit done to the crib, you
Yeah.
want this done.
Yeah.
This shit's not coming free. It's not coming out of my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it in cuts. Like, okay, you want a new porch? That's like fucking 10 cuts.
Depends on who you
That's
get.
10
though, 'cause
hours.
I know a guy. I know a guy.
Oh, yeah,
Now I know a guy. Now I know a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but and then that's the other thing too. Like, it's, you got to, I work hard, but I play harder. But that's because I've done the residual. That's why I'm trying to get like more stuff to where like I can, get away from. Like you have to be there to do the cuts. Now what about if you get it to the part where you've got 10 people, now you got your own shop, so basically you're just collecting those rental fees where you could be making that money while you're on a vacation.
Yeah,
that's,
exactly.
That's where my vision is going to, because once again, time. I don't want to be pouring concrete. I don't want to be doing the turf job. I want them. I mean, you're going to lose.
Just keep gradually moving up.
Yeah,
moving up,
yeah.
moving
I
up,
mean,
yeah.
you got to take baby steps, and that's one thing. Like, if I was to say to any entrepreneur that is looking to start, set a goal, set where you need to be, and write it down. Because if you don't write it down, it doesn't happen. You're not going to manifest.
not real.
You're not
That's
going to.
the
You're
truth.
not.
Yeah,
You're not
that's
going to
truth.
manifest it.
Yeah.
So if you don't write it down, you're just it's an afterthought.
Uh-huh.
So, but if you write it down and you and it's not like, oh, hey, look, I'm going to buy 5 houses in a year or 10 years. How are you going to get to that level?
Right.
What are you going to do? So, if I had to give anything like to anybody that was wanting to do like their own business, support. First of all, you got to have that outreach, you got to have that time, but at the same time you got to have steps, you got to have goals to be able to make sure that you're going in the right direction. Because a lot of times, even with this new business, and having other things, like I still see like I want to do this. Well, I rent tables, chairs, and jumping balloons. So like, well, what if I put that as an additive? Like, if you want to rent my place, days for my backyard, well, maybe I can offer tables and chairs.
Nice.
But then I started thinking about it, I'm like, that's going to monopolize my time. Because now if you do a rental and then I'm like, oh, I'm someplace, and then next thing you know, well, I want 5 tables and 30 chairs. So now I got to stop doing what I'm doing and go make sure that they're there. So I don't want to do that.
Right.
You
got to separate those.
Yeah.
Separate those entities.
Yeah, because you're always wanting to do more, because you're not chasing the dollar bill, but you want to make the most of what you're doing. That's why I tell people at Costco, like, I don't need to work at Costco, but I like that because it gives me...
It's a good, stable structure right there. Boom, to build on.
It's that core base.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
you have that at the
exactly.
very
Yeah,
minimum.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And with that being said, Doug, do you ever see yourself... Is the game plan to leave Costco and have your 4 businesses creating the amount of revenue that you would make with Costco and the 4 business? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. At this point, like, it's
You're
more
comfortable where you're at as far as the schedule and shit.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that, because like I've already made it very clear to the people, like, hey, if I go to a different shift, I'm out. Like, it is what it is. Because, not to say that I'm better than Costco, because I'm not. But I mean, it's a great company, but I don't need that. It's I want that type of deal.
Yeah, I think as a manager too, like, you're like, okay, who are my good workers that I'm gonna definitely put on the schedule? Like, oh, Travis needs that, I better give it to him, and then build a schedule on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it's just the way it is. Like, you work hard, you get things done, you're productive. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be on top of the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've been pretty fortunate within the 2 years there. I mean, it is what it is. But like I told him, I was like, hey, look, it's either this or nothing, and I'm out. So. But like you said, it does give a good foundation. It helps you. It solidifies the part, because if your bills are taken care of, you have that stress, that relief off your back. You're like, okay, I don't have to work. Like, these 2 weeks, it pays my mortgage. The next 2 weeks, it pays this, and I have this left over. Okay, cool, fine. You don't have to worry about it, type of deal.
And the number one question too is always the insurance. They're always like, oh, you're leaving? Like, what are you gonna do about insurance, right? So
I got military.
Yeah. Oh, you do? So no matter what, you're taking care of.
So
Nice,
I'm golden.
nice.
This guy's good, man.
It's good.
I gotta go back in time and fucking join the military.
Join the military.
Yeah, I mean,
put in two real quick, dude.
Yeah, and really, that's all you gotta do is like 2, and really, if you do this system, you could do 3 for the price of 4, still make out like another 20 grand or whatever the sign-on bonus is. You know, so it's all about how you work it too. So,
but too bad Biden got he started the reserved. They're active duty now.
Oh, the IRR, the International Reserve.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You better go to war, dog. That's why.
Something like that. It's like he's flexing. He's like, what that? What?
Well, let me bring my backup and shit, man.
Beat you, Biden.
Nah, dog. But I mean, fuck, bro. Like, I can't even understand. I can't start to understand how the fuck you do it all, dog. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, it seems like there's more hours in the day for you. How do you fucking like navigate the schedule?
I wonder what the percentage is of entrepreneurs that are single, and that's men and women. That's what I'm saying, because you can't really give in a relationship. I know you are, and you're doing well. You're even his lady motivated him to be in this spot too. So I mean, that's gonna work out. But I mean, I wonder what the percentage is of entrepreneurs that are together, because it's tough.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta understand the plight of an entrepreneur, you know, and the motives and.
But you know what the thing is like,
you know?
what I say, dog, is I'm at the beginning stages of it.
Right.
And this is what I tell her, because she's always, make me a housewife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bet.
And I'm like, shit, if I can, but.
No, you will.
You know what I mean?
You will.
Just in time. But like, hey, babe, you know, I love you, but give me some time to get to this point. And then once I'm there, I got you.
But the thing is like, once I do that for you, that's less time.
It's a give and take, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's less time I'm going to be here, because... Let's say the second phase comes in, that second location.
Like we know. We're giving him advice.
That second location's coming. Now I got to be at 2 locations. You know what I mean? And now I got, if I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing here at another location, that's another 3 entities added to the 3 that I got already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got to be everywhere.
So part of advice would be like, not done for you, because I don't know. I mean, this would be for anybody that's actually married and trying to be an entrepreneur, is as you level up, you need to bring your lady with you. You know what I mean? Like, make her a partner, give her a business, give her a side that she, you know, so that she knows.
Make her involved, be involved.
Make her involved, and that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? So as you level up, you're leveling up together. Not like you're just like leveling up and like, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you.
Exactly.
I'll take care of you.
It's going to create like a wedge too, because. You know, like they say, you know, people that work out together stay together. You know, it's the same thing with
I don't
business.
mind is looking. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, that one's that's different. But yeah, no, it's like, you know, if you get, everybody wants in humanities, everybody wants to be a part of something, even if it's good, bad, or indifferent. You know, everybody wants to be a part of something, and if something's getting bigger, something's getting better. You know, then it's like. Well,
it creates resentment.
Yeah,
or something like
you know,
that,
and then you're gonna have hostility, you're gonna have resentment, and then it's gonna be like, oh, well, instead of it being like, hey, babe, let's, you know, because if they're involved, like if your wife's involved, then she's gonna be like, all right, babe, what's our next step? What's this? So you guys are gonna build, and you're gonna go back and forth and feed off each other's motivation. But if it's just you doing it, and then she's just like, all right, well, I'm here, you know, then it's gonna be like, well, where are we at? What are we doing? Well, I see you work on time, but you don't spend the time with me.
Yeah.
But if you're together, then you can invest in each other, invest in the company, and
and that's not my idea or something that I thought of. It's Patrick Bet-David. He's an entrepreneur, a very successful entrepreneur. He even had like Kobe on stage and interviewed him. But he said that he also told me about being the solopreneur. Like, we're entrepreneurs, right? And we're doing everything by ourselves. But you hit a ceiling as a solopreneur. I mean, that's it. There's only so much you can do. Only time in the day that you can only do so much. So you have to diversify that and be the entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hire people to do the concrete. You start
getting that team you know, building that good core of people around you that's, you know, have the same mentality as you. Yeah. How do you figure that out? Like, when you take on people that help you out doing your construction shit, is there a type of guy or type of person that you hire, or maybe that you haven't hired because you know it's not going to work out? You know what I mean? How do you go about hiring help? That's a good one right there.
Yeah, I
mean, hire help, bro. Cause
that's hard. We've been struggling with that.
We've been on the ups and downs with that shit, man, and not everybody gets it.
Yeah,
you know. What I mean?
We figured we just gotta swing, and then figure it out.
Sometimes you got to fall to get back up. You know, I mean, I've got some that are some friends, and then I've even fired a friend.
Fired some couple.
Yeah, I told him, like, look, dude, I'm like, look, bro, like we're cool. We can still kick it, but as a business, you're not gonna get in the way of my money, and it's a business, so you're not gonna cost me money. And you know, things happen, and I've given him a couple chances where, maybe in a regular employee, I wouldn't have. I would have had like maybe a conversation or two, and then boom, kick rocks. But being that he was one of my friends, and I cut all ties. Like I said, look, if you're gonna be that as a friend, you're more of an enemy. So I don't need that in my life. I'm not negative. I don't need drama. So kick rocks. So now we're no longer friends. I said, first of all, you're fired, and we're no longer friends. Lose my number, bro. I said, because if you're my friend, you should work harder because I gave you that opportunity to succeed. And then the thing is,
start taking advantage and shit.
Because the thing is, like, he was 32, lives at home, doesn't have a car, doesn't have a job, and so living with mom and dad, which is cool. Like, hey, it is what it is.
And you showed up pretty much showing this dude love just by hiring him, giving him a chance.
And I would pick him up at his mom and dad's house or his girlfriend's house. So I was picking him up, taking him to the job site, working with him,
taking him back,
so like, bro, come on now, and then you're gonna do that to me, like, whack. So,
what was the instance, if you don't ask? Like, how did he fuck up?
So I mean, there was a lot of shortcomings, like, I'm working at Costco, so by the time I get off at 10 o'clock or noon, like, I tell him, hey bro, look, I'm gonna be coming through to pick you up on my way home from work, so be ready. And I would tell him like a day in advance. He's like, yeah, bro, I got you. All right, cool. So then on my way there, I'm calling him, blowing him up the phone, no answer. So then I actually literally have to get off, go to the house, knock on the door, and then
wake him up,
and then be like, hey, bro. He's like, all right, hey man, let me take a quick shower.
Oh my God.
So
we talked about that in the first couple of weeks. I had Joey as an apprentice, and he called in like 3 times. So out
in a week?
Yeah. Oh, in 3 weeks? I don't know. It was a couple times. But anyway, I
didn't know that shit.
No, it was the first time. Once it was the first week and it was the first time, I had told Vic.
That would put salt in my mouth right
exactly. And then we talked about that. He's like, nah. He doesn't understand the opportunity. And then, like you're saying, like the opportunity is real. Like not only are you somebody that, like, it's not somebody that you hired off the street. Like, I'm gonna give you opportunity. It's like a friend that knows what you've gone through, and then they're gonna fucking.
But you know what, dog? To me, my experience has always been that you just can't do business with homies, bro. You can't, because like it's gonna fuck up that relationship in the end. And now you lost a friend. You know what I mean? I'm sure
really. He lost a friend. I didn't.
There you go.
I don't go backwards. I mean, yeah, I did lose a friend, but at the same time, I gained so much more because now I don't have to pick him up. Now I don't have to drop him off. Now I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. And
it points out red flags that you got to watch out for and shit in the next hiring process or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's just so hard to find that fucking person that's like on the same wavelength as you, dog. And that's something, me and Clay, I'm glad I ran into this motherfucker, dog. Like, I don't know if you know, we don't even know each other like
that. We
didn't
kick it, dog. We never did.
But it was just that first cut that, we started talking and we're like, yo, we're exactly the same mentally. Like, we're on that same shit,
a little bit of
yin
and yang too. Like, so like he like that whole deal where he was talking about, let him cut him loose. And I was like, I'm gonna give him a chance because, you know what I mean? Like, I've been there where like, they're like, Clay, you've been tardy 5 times, like, what's the deal? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give him a chance. Vic's like, nah. And so when I saw him, I had that little bit of Vic in me, like, yo man, take this opportunity for real, dog. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, you know what I mean? I had the little bit in me to tell him rather than like, hey man, don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it.
And you know what? A lot of the times it's I'm giving you advice on shit that I wish I would have handled it.
But you're not like
way.
bullshitting too. Like, that's how you're sincere. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let me give you my opinion. No, you're like sincere. Like, no, you know what? Nah, fuck that shit. He don't understand the opportunity, dude.
Well, see, and the thing is too, like, a lot of people that are not in the business with you, they like, in one of my businesses, they don't see it from the inside. They see it from the outside. So like, they see it personally because, like, with your business, you're vested, you're this, you're that, you're trying to get this more clients, blah blah.
Right.
Whereas you like, hey, you know what? Let me give him a chance. This and that. But as like a non-business side, it's straight business. It's.
Like, Vic didn't know who Joey was. He didn't work with him and like get to know him real well.
Right.
He's like, no, no matter who he is, like boom. Like, I was like, all right. I was like, Joey, man, like, seriously, you understand the opportunity, man. So like, let's just not make this a habit. You know what I mean? It was easy for me to say that. You know what I mean? And be direct rather than be like, nah, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because you're talking about emotions. You're doing this. Whereas he's telling you, hey, it's business.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So like, we come together in different ways. You know what I'm saying? We have the same mindset at the same time. Like, I'll throw an opinion out and he's like, nah, this is what I think. And I'm like, damn. And he's the same way. He's like, you know what I mean? I got this going on. I'm like, well, you ever thought about this? Because I read a lot, right? You know what I mean? Like I read a lot. I watch a lot of podcasts for entrepreneurs and shit like that. So like I've calmed down a lot, bro. If you ever saw me, I don't know when you started, but like before, like I was just a hothead ready to fucking like, I wish a motherfucker would. Like
we've talked a few times.
Yeah, okay, all right. And then
have y'all ever beefed?
No. Almost. He's been in a bad day and he gave me a handshake that was too hard and we probably walked around like Rams, you know, like Rams do, we just fucking hit each other and shit for a while. But yeah, you know, it's always been good with Travis. I know, like, there's certain people you meet and you're like, you see these people's eyes wondering, like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, Travis is pretty much in it. He's there to talk to you. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Good. I gotta deal with this bullshit. All right, cool. All right, peace out. You know what I mean? It was a good relationship with Travis for sure. And I knew he was a grinder too. He told me about all the shit he did. His whole back is full of tattoos, dude. Top to bottom, dude. This motherfucker put in work, dog. This motherfucker putting in work.
Yeah.
For sure.
You need that other arm, bro. I got a good artist for you, man, if you want.
I do. Actually, I'm actually, I need to finish up my arm and then I need to finish up my back too. Cause
I got you, dog. Drip Studio, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And if while you're waiting, you can get a cut.
There you go.
And then you about to step out, you can just get some fucking drip while you're on the way out.
There you go. You'll be fresh at Costco.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of like the thing. Like that's what started me on this new business because like I want to give back to the community.
There you go. That was my question. How do you give it back, dude?
Yeah,
nice.
You know. Well, and so as kind of a circle thing, like what we talked about pre-show is I also do a softball tournament at the Chihuahua Stadium. I'm like one of the only ones. Like it took us like 3-4 years, and they kept telling us no, and then they gave us like, okay, well, you know what? It's gonna be $20,000. So now, to rent it, and we're like, well, you know, that's kind of a lot for 2 days. So you know what happened is we started talking with the management, the owners, this and that, and so now we've actually been pre-COVID. So we just did it this last year. So this will be our 4th year coming back. But we work with a lot of companies like Mesilla Valley Transportation, Border National, the fire department, police department.
Yeah, sponsored.
Yeah, well, no, that's who plays in our tournament.
Oh, okay.
Proton, you know, they're getting ready to come out, or they've actually been out. They're the ones that's making bats and merchandise and stuff like that. So they're actually going to be, we're going to do a home run derby. So they're going to, I bought 6 bats, so they're going to give us 6 bats. That's like $1,400 right there. You know, each bat's like $300. So they're going to come out. They're going to be there. But you know,
so they're still charging the 20K?
No.
So how'd you get that sponsored? Because I mean, if you can't fork up the money, it's about sponsorship.
We call it Seats or Suites, and we work with an amazing woman, Brittany. She's with the Chihuahuas, and so we work very collectively with her. And so basically, what we call it is Seats or Suites. So the company we get 100 tickets. And you rent out it's like a fundraiser, so you get those tickets, and so like say for your company, boom, I give you 100 tickets. I just need that $1,600 back. How you do it? So if you want to keep the 4 or 5 tickets, you either scalp them, you sell them, or you keep them for your family. Either way, I need that $1,600 back. So that $1,000 goes back to the Chihuahuas, and that's how the Seats or Suites are paid. And then the $600 I keep. And then what happens is it's non-profit. I don't make a penny on this. And it's me and another guy named Chuy Lopez. We've been doing this for this is our 10-year anniversary. We started off at Escarate and like ghost holes in the thing with rubber mats, and now we're all the way to Chihuahuas. So we work with EP Kicks. We work with Project Amistad last year. So nice. You know, not only do we do it for the community, we do it for the companies. We give back to, you know, EP Kicks or Project Amistad. So it's all about networking. And I mean, we've got Mesilla Valley. I mean, we've got like 18 companies committed to this year so far.
That's badass, man. So you're an all-around entrepreneur, man. Like you hit the points, man, that we really fucking talk about. Appreciate you coming on the show, man. It's fucking been enlightening to have somebody that I worked with that I didn't even know that. I mean, I know he did work a lot, but all the
you didn't know the exact details,
everything. Yeah, man. That's pretty badass, and it's just, our audience is definitely gonna get some information out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, this was dope, dog. Like, that's what I like to hear, man. Is like, you know, we've had some good guests. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But the guests that take advantage of the day and seize the day, like this guy right here, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, gives up sleep, bro. And honestly, though, like, I don't know how you do it, dog, because I need like at least 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about, you know, waking up early and you know what I mean, starting
cold
your day,
showers,
and all that shit, dog. And it's like, damn, bro, I feel like now every week I gotta step up my game. I feel like that shit every week now. Like, we're motivating you guys, but at the same time, like, we're self-motivating here in this room, you know what I mean? Our guests are motivating us. We're motivating the guests. So, man, like I say, man, like, we're in this with you. Grind2Hard, bro, is about motivating young entrepreneurs that maybe call themselves entrepreneurs but just don't know the facet of it. You know what I mean?
Thinking about it. Maybe like shout out our boy that went to school, man. He shot Dior Danny, right? It's time for school. He's in school. He's going to school and he's motivated. I talked to him on the IG, man. He's motivated too. He's ready to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're ready to fucking spark that mind and get you going. We want you to be motivated. You can take care of yourself. Of course, you got to start by getting them checks week to week, whatever. But save some money, man, and then start your dream. Figure out what your passion is. You know what I mean? Like, this man likes to work. I mean, shit. How do they find you? How do they find you if they want to do the Airbnb?
So I'm actually working on it right now.
So we don't call it Airbnb. Like, if they want to rent your backyard or they want to use your backyard, how do they?
Well, I'm working on it right now, and then basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on IG, and it's gonna be honestly, it's gonna be word of mouth and social media, because I'm gonna do IG, I'm gonna do TikTok, so that way people can come there. I've already had a couple of parties. They're just kind of like be able to show people like what it showcases, because we've got
soft opening type.
Yeah,
shit.
like a soft opening, because like so people can. I've got people sitting in the fire pit. I've got people watching TV. I've got some people in the hot tub. I've got some people playing beer pong. I've got people playing cornhole.
Nice. You guys book with Travis on that backyard, then you say Grind2Hard. We got
and if you need brincas and tables and sillas, what's that called, dog? What is that called?
It's called Junior's Jumping Balloons.
Junior's Jumping Balloons. You have an IG for that?
No, not yet.
It's on Facebook?
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
You got to get on the gram, bro. That's what's going to set you apart. That's what's going to get you that new business.
Otherwise, if you go to Costco and you see something moving in the air, it's probably Travis. He's got something lifts in there for sure.
And in the contracting business, man, how do they contact you through that?
It's just word of mouth, honestly.
Yeah,
and I mean,
nice.
it's actually helped out a lot. I've done a lot of business. I mean, like I said, I've got four new ones I'm gonna do today. So
that's what's up, man. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel you, because like people are like, you want to market more? I'm like, no, I got enough business.
Like, hey,
you can never market
enough,
bro.
But like, it's hard to say no to people. Like, oh, I'll find another chef.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you're too busy, sometimes I'm like, all right, well, they're always too busy. I'm gonna go with somebody else. That's the other downfall.
True. But I mean, busy is good, dog. So,
but it's been a pleasure, Travis.
Yo, my boy, another one in the books, man. Yo, Travis, definitely, dog. Dope ass motherfucker, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Vic, King, stay up, dog. It's always another one, man.
Every fucking Friday, 9 a.m., man.
Stay
Share,
up,
subscribe, listen to that
motivated.
shit. Grind2Hard. It's a way of life.
Keep going, y'all. Keep going.
Ooh.